Friends. We all have them. Right, guys? We all have friends. I have friends. I swear. But yeah, I mean, humans are social creatures, and I think everyone should have at least a couple of good friends around them. With that being said, in the world of friendship, not every friend you make is going to be a good one. So today, we're going to be talking about the worst types of friends. Now, while some of these friends just have some bad habits that can be overlooked, others should be avoided at all costs, and for the sake of your personal well-being. And starting our list, we got Mr. Funny Bitches. Now, this is the friend that suddenly becomes Kevin Hart when you get around some girls. Like, when it's just you and the boys, it's all fun and good times, and everyone's on the same team until the girls come around. And suddenly the mask slips off, and you realize that this whole time, you've been hanging out with Chris Rock. Now, with that being said, there's levels to Mr. Funny Bitches. You see, if Mr. Funny Bitches becomes a comedian only when he gets around the huzz, but it's not at the expense of any of the boys, then it isn't the end of the world, but more than likely, there'll be someone caught in the crossfire of this desperate attempt to get some cheeks. Okay, so if you're not funny when we're kicking it, then how about you stay that way around the huzz, alright? If you're gonna be funny all the time. But that brings us to our next entry, which is the hate for huzz friend. Now, this friend is like a much worse version of Mr. Funny Bitches. In fact, this really isn't even a friend, okay? If you have someone like this around you, just get rid of them, bro. Trust me. But this is the friend who will shit on you when he's around some girls in an attempt to prop himself up. And look, okay, this friend is not only a backstabbing snake, but is also not even going to get themselves any bitches like this. Now, this is usually something you see when you're younger, but they really could be any age, and this type of friend, or whatever you call this person, is just terrible. They'll be all friendly to your face, and then when they get around talking to girls alone, they start spilling secrets and talking trash. And by the way, both of these entries can apply for girls too. Okay, ladies, I know you know some girls that are more two-faced than a burn victim from Gotham City, so I know you know what I'm talking about, but huge red flags, okay? Stay away from Mr. Hate for huzz. And that leads us to our next terrible friend, the hater. Another friend you need to get rid of, okay, if you have this friend. This is the friend that no matter how well you're doing or how happy you are in life, they will always find a way to shit on it and take away from your happiness. You get a girlfriend or a boyfriend, they need to give you 100 reasons why men or women ain't shit. You get a new job, they gotta remind you that AI is gonna take it away from you before you know it. Okay, every chance they get, they will find a way to make sure that you don't level up in life, because that means you won't be losing like them. And I have some news for you, alright? This is not your friend. This person more than likely formed a friendship with you when you were losing like them and when life sucked for both of you. But the moment things start looking up for you, they feel the need to pull you back down to your community shithole. This is not a person you need in your life. Friends should be pushing each other to do better. Okay, a real friend is going to feel like they win when they see you win. Okay, so just avoid these fucking haters. And next up, we got the one-upper. Now this one has some similarities to the last one, but it's not the same thing. You see, the one-upper will make sure, no matter how awesome your story was, it's nothing compared to their badass, cool action movie life. No matter what you say, this person has a story that makes yours look like a children's book. Okay, this person will one-up you enough for you to beat Mario with your eyes closed. This friend will always feel the need to one-up you. Whether your story is good or bad, they need to make sure they beat you. And speaking of beating you, next up we got the domestic violence. Okay, next up we got the yapper. Now look, some people like to talk, okay? I would know. But there's a line where yapping becomes yapping. It's okay if you talk more than the rest of your friends, but if you talk so much that no one else can even get a fucking sound effect out of their mouth without being interrupted, it can be pretty annoying. And sometimes it's so extreme, it really just seems like all this person wants is a therapist more than a friend. So if you're a yapper and you have any friends, and you really consider them friends and not just earbags, then maybe ask them how their life is going once in a while, you know? Let them share in the conversation a little bit. And speaking of yapper, the next terrible friend we got is the big mouth. Now the big mouth friend is... No, not the freaky friend. Not Big Mouth the show. The big mouth friend is the friend that doesn't know how to keep things to themselves. Okay, this is the person who will easily make you regret ever being even slightly vulnerable. This is the friend who will spill the beans you gave them faster than Kevin bringing his chili to the office.
Everybody is going to get to know each other in the pot. I'm serious about this stuff.
Now, a lot of the time, this friend might not even be intending to f you over, but for some reason, they don't know the meaning of privacy and can't seem to keep information about every person in their life from spilling out all over the fucking place. I mean, I feel these type of people usually just have nothing interesting going on at all and just kind of get by off of being invested in other people's drama. And so when they get caught in an awkward silence, they feel the need to fill the gap with your deepest and darkest secrets that you shared with them in confidence. And all I'm going to say is if you have this friend and you don't want to ditch them, you're going to have to at least watch what you say around them. okay? Because whether they plan to or not, they will more than likely leak this conversation to the KGB at some point. And then we got the CLB or the CLG, the certified lover boy or girl. Now, this is the friend that as soon as they get a boyfriend or girlfriend, they break up with you. Yeah, you heard me. Now, of course, if you get in a relationship, there's nothing wrong with spending some more time with your partner, okay? It's all cool. Especially when you get older, okay? You have more responsibilities. And if your relationship is serious, then maybe you're focused on building a family. All that stuff is cool. But I'm talking about the one friend that gets a girlfriend or boyfriend and instantly disappears off the earth like that fucking Malaysian Airlines flight. And then, when the relationship goes sour and they break up, all of a sudden, Waldo over here isn't so hard to find anymore. And look, I get it, okay? Life is busy, and the older you get, you have a lot less time to just hang around. And that's cool. But I just find it funny how this friend seems to have absolutely no time to even acknowledge your existence while they're in a relationship. But the second they're out of it, they're the ones who are trying to catch a fucking vibe every night. Alright, so if you've been this person before, just remember, if you got some good friends, then they were there for you before this relationship. And they'll be there for you after if it goes south. So at least check on them now and then, alright? But next up, we got the bad influence friend. Now, this is the complete crash out friend. This is the friend that doesn't give a fuck about consequences and only cares about one thing. And that's right now. Okay, the consequences can wait till we're done turning up. Now, if someone wants to do this to themselves, that's up to them. But the problem with the bad influence friend is not only do they not care about how what they do affects them, but they also don't care about how it affects you. Okay, you can have your pregnant wife at the hospital in labor, and this friend will try convincing you it's not that serious, and you should just go when you're done turning up. I mean, this friend will keep you from your responsibilities and getting shit done, and if you fall into it enough times, this friend could absolutely fuck your life. And now, with that being said, you gotta take some accountability here. I mean, at the end of the day, it was your choice. But really, the best choice you can make is keeping your distance from this person, so they can't tempt you to begin with. And this friend is good at what they do, okay? Some real snake oil salesmen. Real sneaky, real cunning, and they will make you feel like you're the one who wanted this one the whole time. They just needed company for their crash out behavior. But lastly, we have, honestly, the worst friend of them all. And now this friend is not your friend at all, okay? And you need to cut them off immediately. This friend will do nothing but drag you down and destroy your life. Okay, this friend is an evil, lying, no good sack of shit, and you need to get the fuck away from them now. And I'm talking about the friend who isn't subbed to Hey It's Neb on YouTube. Okay, I mean, the audacity to even think it's okay to try making friends with someone who's subbed to Hey It's Neb when they aren't is insane. And if your friends don't want to sub to Hey It's Neb when you try to put them on, just know they're not your friends, okay? I'm your only friend now. It's you and me. Same with your family, too. If they don't sub, just let them go. Okay, but seriously, these were some of the worst types of friends you could have. But on the bright side, with friends like these, you won't ever have to worry about enemies. But let me know in the comments, what is the worst type of friend you've ever had? Or maybe you've been a bad friend once and you changed your ways, so let me know down below. Also, don't forget to follow me on the Instagram. I'm going to try to be more active, I swear. And of course, if you like the video and you're not a terrible friend, make sure to subscribe. And tell your friends to also subscribe, because if they're really your friends, then they will. Okay, I'm done now. And I'll see y'all in the next video. Yeah.